What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today on the 25th of April. We're breaking the rules, you guys. We're going to eat some cookies for breakfast. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? Here we are at about 13.2 cents, up 6% on the day. It's nice. It's nice to have a green day. It always is. I don't care if you're up 1% or 5% or 100%. It's nice to have a green day. Of course, we'd rather have the 100% days, but we can't be perfect like some people. XYO, man, up a lot today, by the way. 50%. It was up over 100% at one point. But anyways, talking about Cookie here, okay? Cookie, Cookie. From a high here to its all-time high back on the 10th of January there. Wait. Is that? Yeah, that's it. To the low here, you have just gotten above your 236. Now, this is normally a good thing, right? Getting above your 236 green lights you. It allows you to go to your 382, and the great thing about the 382 is you oftentimes don't stop there. You'll go just above it. So if we're talking about going just above it, what are some nice areas of resistance to find just above it? Well, right here you found some resistance. Right here you found some support on a closing basis and on a wicking basis. A little bit of turbulence here, but something at about 20 cents could make sense. Maybe on a closing basis here, you go to about 18 cents. So here we are at 13.2 cents now. We're probably going to make a nice run up to about 18 to 20 cents, if not higher. At the rate things have been growing, man, I might stick to that if not higher aspect, because maybe we do just run all the way up to the top end of this and find resistance where there's resistance here. A lot of cryptos recently have liked their 0.5 a lot, whether it's as resistance or as support. So I think that calling for an 18-cent to a 24-cent price is very appropriate by the end of, like this month of April, right? Over the coming days. Not by the end of the move overall. You'll consolidate whatever, and then you'll start continuing to run up going into May, going into June. It's going to be a good time. Who knows, man? Maybe you don't even stop there and you just rip all the way up to your golden ratio. Some things don't need to stop anywhere, man. They just rip all the way up. Maybe we get a taste of that. You never know. Ultimately, whenever we look at Cookie DAO here, we look at the weekly basis, you can see that this thing does move very fast. We're very accustomed to moves that are greater than 80%, greater than 80%, greater than 90%, greater than 100%. Even this one here, that was a 20% week, but from the low to the high, that was an 86% pump. So very accustomed to some very magnificent pumps. Here we are up 40% this week. It wouldn't surprise me if in the next 2 days and 10 hours we complete the thought and we do go up to about 20 cents, 23 cents. I expect the end of this month, you guys, the remaining days of this month, how many days do we have left? We have 5 days, 10 hours left. I believe they're going to be glorious for the whole of crypto. I think that we're going to see some magnificent pumps across the board, and this is an important point to make. Hopefully, I'll make this point in every single video that I make today. Do not get shiny object syndrome, okay? The coin that pumps 100% today is not going to pump 100% tomorrow. Maybe it does. You never know. Sometimes things get crazy, man. Sometimes some cryptos do go crazy, but the odds of you finding a coin that's pumping like Dogecoin did last cycle, it's very, very rare. It's very uncommon, okay? Odds are what's going to happen is there's going to be coins that stand out week over week, right? There's going to be a coin that pumps harder than the rest of the market, and then the next week it's pumping just as hard as the rest of the market, or it's consolidating because it just pumps so hard. Do not chase shiny objects, right? Do not get shiny object syndrome. This is where your coin is boring. It's still here. It hasn't pumped yet, and you're chasing coins that have pumped, however much they've pumped. Just wait. Just be patient. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think at this point, everybody, no matter what coin you're holding, everybody's probably getting a taste of some upside. But there might be some coins that you're holding that haven't moved up yet. There might be some coins that you're holding that haven't moved up as much. Just be patient. Everything gets their turn, okay? It's too early, and at this point, it's also too late really to make any plays, right? If you're changing things up, if you're selling your boring coin for the exciting coin, you never know when that boring coin might just pump harder than the exciting coin you bought ever does for the rest of the cycle. You know what I mean? Don't make that mistake. You bought the coins that you bought for a reason. You have conviction in them. You bought them for fundamental reasons. You took the interest and looked into them, figured out what made them tick. Do not sacrifice all of that for a coin that has your interest just because number goes up. You know what I mean? Don't sacrifice that. If you buy something just because number goes up, what happens when a little volatility comes in? You don't know anything about this coin. You feel dumb. Your coin that you sold is pumping. You made the wrong decision, and then you buy back at a loss. You know what I mean? It's not the way to go. So just not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Sit on your hands. Let things play out. Do not worry about what other coins, what other people are doing. Okay, you're going to be fine. Everybody's going to go up. You know, unless you really picked a bad one, everybody's going to go up. And at this point, I would think that if you're holding a coin, you know, Bitcoin's up at 95K. If you're holding a coin and this week you're red, maybe you got some exceptions there. Okay, maybe you got some, but even then it's not so cut and dry. I don't know. Um, Here we are at 13 cents. Now that I made my point, from a low to a high, we've bounced off the golden ratio zone. We're at the 0.5. It's very common to find resistance at the 0.5, but it doesn't look like we're going to do that here. I think we will go all the way up to the 382. Or did we already find resistance there? Yeah, we already found resistance there, right? We've been finding resistance over the past three days. Now we're moving up. You're probably going to go up to your 382 next, which happens to be right there at the 20-cent area. So yes, 20 cents, 24 cents. I like that. If we crush it and we go all the way up to 34 cents, I'm all about it, man. Inevitably, we will see higher targets. Inevitably, we will see new all-time highs. Cookie DAO, you guys, is, in my opinion, one of the most exciting coins I have, because I think beyond the AI narrative, beyond how interesting that is, I think that this thing has room to grow. I mean, the real interesting thing to me is that it's got the room to grow at a minimum of about a 12x from here. 12x, we're up about like 30%, 40% this week, and it still has 12x potential at a minimum standard, right? If it goes higher to the 1414 and it goes, if you go to the 1414, oftentimes you do go just above it, you probably have closer to 20x potential, and that's at like 250, something like that. And you could even pull just like something crazy, miraculous, go all the way up to about $4 there, just under $4 there at 390. See something on the lines of a 30x. That could happen. I'm less keen to believe that you stop at a 30x. I'm less keen to believe that you stop at a 12x. I really do believe that you'll stop somewhere around this 17, 18, 20x, whatever it is. And that's probably going to happen by the end of June. All right, I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to take time, but probably by the end of June, you'll get up here, right? You're going to move up at a nice pace, kind of similar to what you did last time, right? I do expect this move to be huge, to be a big move overall. If we're looking at this from a low to that price there, that gives you something on the lines of like a 36x. This last move here from a low to a high was a 42x. You absolutely have the potential to see something that is a little bit less than the last move, or even a little bit more, but something on those lines is what I'm expecting, okay? I don't really know if I have anything else that I want to say, so let's look at the 4-hour time frames, the daily time frames, and just wrap this up, okay? Daily RSI getting overbought, clearly showing its colors. We're showing strength here. I don't know, let's see. Anytime this thing gets overbought and it's very short existence, all I can say is it doesn't stop here. And all the times you've been overbought, you don't stop here. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe, but you probably get some deeper readings. So we're just getting started is kind of the moral of that story there. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we're looking bullish as hell. Super bullish, you guys. Super bullish here. If we're looking at this, hold on. I will say, actually, 1 hour, 35 minutes left. I would like it if this next hour and 35 minutes, if we could close green, if we can move up higher, because if not, actually what we have here is some bearish divergence, if I'm being honest here. We do have a high and a lower high, yes, and a high here with a higher high, and there's actually not a lot of volume coming in. So to be completely fair, it would be nice, it would almost be necessary that this candle closes green. Yes, I would think that it needs to close green. So let's get it to close green. If not, the beautiful thing here is that while this is bearish divergence, it wouldn't call for anything crazy, right? This bearish divergence could be resolved like literally as soon as it starts. You could just find a higher low. You're getting below where the divergence formed, and you're fine, and you're continuing higher. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about that at all. But it might put a momentary stop. Inevitably, we're still going to go to those areas, but maybe it puts a momentary stop in it for today or going into the next like day or so. But I definitely do believe that by the end of this month, over the next 5 days, 10 hours, that we will see prices that are above 20 cents, if not around 20 cents, okay, by the end of the month there. 4-hour RSI, regardless of this bearish divergence look or not, it is bullish overall. We've got some nice higher lows coming in. We're getting overbought. We're not getting oversold. It's a good look. If we're looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, 1 hour also looks bullish. This actually gives me, man, yeah, that gives me more hope that we will continue moving up immediately. But let's see how the next 34 minutes closes, the next 4 hour or hour and a half closes. Let's just see how that goes. And if it is green, if we continue climbing, that's great. We are building volume. We got low volume compared to this, but we are still building volume. What are we doing here? I was saying that we have low volume, but maybe we don't. TradingView doesn't represent it the best at times. Yeah, $50 million market cap with a $20 million volume in a 24-hour period. That's enough volume. That's actually enough volume. So I take it back. I mean, we've got low volume relative to this stuff over here, but it is building. You can see that it's building, right? It's building as you're moving up, and that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. So I don't have a problem with this as long as we continue to grow and we continue to grow in our volume as well. And I really do like this 1 hour RSI. This makes me a lot more confident that we are going to continue moving up rather immediately. The 4 hour looks a bit shaky right now, but I think if we can flip this around, move up 2% in the next hour and a half, even if we close red here, there's still a chance that we could move up in the next one. Just because you reject on one candle doesn't mean that you have to proceed, although normally you do. And even if we do proceed, if we continue to go lower, I bet we find support around 12 cents, and then we continue to run up. By the end of today, going into tomorrow, whatever it is. So I don't really have anything else that I want to say. Just wanted to touch base here on the cookie jar. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.